The first issue that happened in the kitchen area is about the cleanliness. As we asked the staff, they said that that is not clean enough because there are some cockroaches on the floor, which they thought those cockroaches come from the bin and the garbage, which are so dirty. For the solution, according to Food and Kitchen Hygiene, they should maintain the food storage areas at 50% or less humidity because low humidity helps keep cockroach eggs from hatching. Moreover, they should clean the garbage disposal regularly. Another issue is about equipment and utensil cleansing due to the fact that the space in the kitchen area is not quite wide. There is not enough space for the washing machine. The plates and utensils are not being washed by the washing machine or the hot water to kill bacteria. For the solution, according to the tips for washing the dishes by hand, they should start with the least greasy items, progressing to greasiest. First, wash glasses, continuing to cutlery, crockery, and finally, cooking pans themselves. Make sure to change the water if it becomes too dirty. Before hand washing dishes, scrap any loose foods off into the bin to reduce the amount of dirt and the risk of blockage. Thirdly, submerging the item in the sink and scrub with a pad. They can use closer pad if necessary. Fourthly, rinsing the hot water and leave it to dry. Another issue is about safety and hygiene issue arising from the staff's personal hygiene and the hygiene of the kitchen. Personal hygiene involving hair, nails, jewelry, perfume, smoking impact the food safety. Kitchen staff and food preparation staff do not wear the hairnet in the kitchen. For the solution of this issue, kitchen staff and trained staff should wear a proper chef hat because their hair can fall down to the food. Or while cooking the food, they must always wash their hands after touching something. The other issue is about the slippery of the floor. One of the potential hazards that may happen is slips, trips, and falls. The first point of interest is the slippery floor surfaces in the kitchen area with staffs and interns are at least, and also there is some part of the floor that cannot be accessed for cleaning. However, slip, falls, and trip are commonly happening due to the human carelessness. For the solution, there are steps to make the laminate for less slippery as following. The first step is sand the slippery area lightly with sandpaper. Step 2. Apply anti-slip sprays that they can obtain from the stores on online vendors that sell anti-slip products. Step 3. Paint the floor with friction paint. And the last step is apply traction tape to the afflicted area.
The next factor is that the size of area is too small to install all materials for cooking. Steps may be disturbed and get physical injuries if the size of workplace is not enough. According to the chef of the Little Mango, the stations including sink, cooking top, and worktop are too close to each other, so it may be a danger to get injuries such as burn and damage to property. The solution would be extension work, and the restaurant needs to make the best use in the space that already has. We found a small space next to the kitchen, which is for storing food in refrigerators and some stops. These two areas are obstructed by a thick wall, so if they can remove the wall and renovate kitchen area, it will be easier to work. We observed that fire sprinkler system is not completed inside the kitchen area. There's only one smoke detector without sprinkler and fire extinguisher is placed only in dining area. Kitchen fire is very dangerous and difficult to extinguish because it spreads quicker than other places, so fire sprinkler system must be installed to capture fire immediately. The best suggestion is that the kitchen should install fire sprinkler, especially in the fire station area. If it's not possible, the kitchen may use kitchen fire suppression system. Fire suppression system is designed that the sensor tube works and spreads out wet chemicals by covering the flames, so this system can extinguish kitchen fires quicker and more effectively than other kitchen systems. Also, it is very cost-effective when compared with alternative fire protection system. For refrigerator issue, when we checked the condition inside the refrigerator, it was not completely clean and it has some moisture odor, so it seems not very fresh atmosphere. The main cause of this problem would be uncleanliness of refrigerator air filter, because this is a key part for neutralizing smells and keeping a fresh atmosphere into the refrigerator. The air filter should be changed every 6 months depending on usage. In addition, refrigerator water filter and fresh flow filter help to against odor and bacteria, so they will keep food fresher for a long period of time. The kitchen staff should remember to clean the refrigerator regularly to minimize bacteria and to store food safely. Last, the sewage system is not very functional because this location was not designed for a restaurant according to PSTEP. In fact, the system was set up next to cooking top without cleaning properly and wastewater remained in there, so removing contaminant system was not working well. The uncleanliness of cooking area provokes a doubt about food safety, and it is able to lead dissatisfaction from guests. When we consider about current setting requiring cost and time, this kitchen is hard to do a huge-scale renovation on sewage system, so the best suggestion is checking operation periodically. A manager must use professional engineering services to construct or repair a sewage disposal system. Sewage system should be inspected every year and it needs servicing 2 to 5 years.
For the dining area, in the restaurant it is overall clean and well organized in terms of the position of the tables and chairs. In our experience as an intern, we know that pit staff and trainees are always sweeping the floor and wipe the dust on the tables in every morning and wiping every time when the customer left the table. This will result in the bacteria killing to prevent any infection that can occur to the customers. In terms of negative aspect, even though the restaurant has a daily cleaning, there are many parts that are unable to clean. There are backstands which have left since a long period of time. Obviously, it looks unsightly and gives the experience of being unhygienic at the restaurant. The solution to this is to use products made especially for removing stains or contact of foreign professionals, as they can advise on how to clean it. The restaurant needs to regular upkeep of floors, which is the best way to catch every little stain before it turns back. Another issue is a lack of customers' privacy. The balcony between smoking area and the restaurant area are connected, so people can walk past the restaurant windows by using the balcony. It can result in a lack of privacy for the customers who are still eating at the restaurant, since outsiders can watch their actions by using the balcony, in which can also cause customers feel unsafe, insecure, and uncomfortable. For the recommendation, the restaurant should not authorize to allow guests or other people to enter or use the balcony that can clearly see the restaurant from the outside.
The next problem is about electricity plugs. We have asked P staff about what seems to be the most dangerous thing that they have to face. They say that the plugs for electricity near the cashiering area are not covered, which around that area there is also water and sink, so the electric shock can easily occur to the staff and trainees. So the recommendation to this issue is for a Little Mango Bar restaurant to install a plastic cover on all the plugs, which will cost them around 290 baht. However, there is also another thing that will cost them cheaper, which is around 70 baht, and that is plastic outlet plugs. Another important issue is air conditioners. The air conditioners in the dining area are very old, and they have issues like dust and water leaking. We have seen that there are air conditioners above 2 tables, which can be seen that there were an incident that the water has leaked down to the table and around that area, which can be dangerous to the customers if that water accidentally spills into the food. So for the recommendation, we suggest Little Mango Bar restaurant to start hiring the expert cleaning team or the housekeeping to clean the air conditioners once or twice in each month or every time that is necessary. Another issue that can affect the customer safety is about preparation of drinks. P staff is the one who will prepare all the drinks such as mocktails or juices. While we walk around for inspection, we have noticed that when P staff is making a drink, they have to touch the fruit and cut it into little pieces before blending it. And we have spotted that they did not wear any gloves while they were touching the fruit, and that can cause the cross-contamination from their hands to the fruit. The recommendation to this problem is quite simple. We suggest P staff or the P staff to wear the gloves while preparing the drinks. The last problem is about cleanliness of plate setting and tablecloth. Us as trainees have always felt that the way the restaurant store their plate mats and the utensils are not very hygiene, since the staff never clean the drawers that keep the utensil. The drawer is dusty, which means that the utensils can easily catch any bacteria, since after we take it out of the drawer, we have never wiped it first before placing it on the customer tables. So the recommendation to these problems is for the staff to use the disinfect spray, or for the cheaper alternative, they can also heat it with vinegar and use that instead.